everybody, this is Dave Walsh coming at you with another live playthrough, and I am officially halfway through the Angmar Awakens campaign, and this quest is the escape from Mount Graham. It's a fiddly quest to set up. There's a lot of stuff you have to worry about and do, so I guess the easiest thing to do is just get started. You see my play area is a little bit different looking right now. So let's take a look at the quest card and get set up. So we are now in Mount Graham, in the prisons of Mount Graham. And I think this was Caleb's attempt at trying to make a prisoner quest work out pretty well. Because we know how hard Escape from LOTR was. But anyways, it says each player shuffles his starting hand back into his deck. Each player prepares a separate capture deck. So the capture deck has all your allies, items, armor, artifacts, just basically everything in there. And then I add 2 resources to the hero that I'm starting with. And make my threat that hero's starting threat, which I did, and then set the Southern Gate and Jailer Gorshnak and Angmar Orcs encounter set aside out of play, which I did that, and shuffle the encounter deck and did that. Each player draws a new starting hand of 3 cards, so I have to take my new deck and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So I'm doing that right now. And here's what I got. I got a Test of Will. I got a Unexpected Courage. And I got Determination, which is funny because I can't play Unexpected Courage or Test of Will, but I can play Determination, which is nice. Okay. And it says, when revealed, each player creates his own staging area and advances to a different stage 2A. Okay, so this says capture 7. So that's the first thing we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and so now what capture 7 means is you put the top 7 cards of your capture deck underneath here. Now, this top card is one of my random heroes that I used to put in my capture deck. So I'm going to want to make sure I make progress on that thing as soon as I can. And then let's see, it says to search the encounter deck for a copy of the prison cell. Let's look at that. That says capture 1, and then I can look at what's underneath it and put it into play. Place the other cards back underneath prison cell. So, and then this says to put 2 other cards under the prison cell. So, and it says anytime players would place progress tokens on this quest, rescue an equal number of captured cards at random from underneath it instead. Okay? If there are no capture cards underneath Gorshank's dungeon, join another player at the beginning of the travel phase. If you cannot join another player, all players advance to 3A. So I need to make sure that I don't get through all those captured cards, but we'll do what we can here. Now let's set up the campaign here. So it says set aside any permanent boons, attachments on heroes that are added to a player's captured deck. I'm picking Thranduil as my starting hero. And it says add the Loot the Dungeon side quest to the staging area, capturing the bottom 5 cards of each player's capture deck. So Loot the Dungeon is this. And it says Loot the Dungeons is considered to be in each player's staging area because there's up to, if you're playing 4 players, you can have 4 different staging areas. It says when Loot the Dungeon is defeated, each player at every staging area may choose one of the following boons and add it to their hand. So if we get through this staging area, or this quest card, which I'm hoping to do, we will look at those. And it says instead of raising your threat by 1 during the refresh phase, each player raises their threat by the number of completed quest cards, which right now is 1, and the number of side quests in the victory display. Then after a hero enters play, attach the hero set aside permanent boon attachments assigned to that character in the campaign log. Okay, so what else do we have here? Okay, so this is added to the campaign. We haven't removed it, so that gets added, which is the side quest Fend Off Despair. If we find it, we lower our starting threat by 2. Arnor Ravaged, which hasn't been removed from the staging or from the campaign pool, so that's has 1 damage on it. Cunning here, and Cunning just says attached that we get 2 extra resources, and attached hero gets +2/+2/+2 once per game. So I do have the 1 ring attached to Thranduil, so I'm going to grab the Power of Command. The 1 ring is immune to non-master card effects, so all this setup BS doesn't matter. It allows me to still use it. I get an extra 2 because of the condition here. Okay. Here's the prison cell. Here's the Ravage, here's a side quest, and here's the dungeon. Okay. This is my capture deck. This is the encounter deck. Here's my draw deck. I have 9 threat to start with, and these are all the set-aside cards. Okay, so here we go. Draw a card. So I get Lorien, which doesn't really help me much this time around, but still nice to have. So I'm going to play 1 here. Put that. And then I'm going to put 1 here, Lorien, to reduce the cost of a thing. And that's good. Okay, so here's what I got. Okay, so I gotta hope for something really good coming off of there. So I'm gonna do 4 to start. I'm gonna use his ability. He's questing for 2, so I can do 4. Right now, there's 1 in the staging area. Oh, I forgot to shuffle. Let's see. Oh, I get a side quest. Capture 5. Okay, so capture 5, time 4. When the last time counter is removed from the quest, discard its captured cards, then remove this quest from the game. Then raise each player's threat by 3 for each of the characters that was discarded by this effect. So there's the side quest. So that's going to be the current quest that we're going to do. But I just made 3 progress on this. So I have to take 3 cards at random from here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shuffle 1, 2, 3. I'm going to hope that 1 is my a hero. So not a hero. So I get to, let's see. So they all come back to my hand. And I'm going to travel here. So these are the capture cards for here. This is this. And so it says, look at the captured cards underneath it and choose 1 to put into play at no cost. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick 1 to put into play at no cost. I'm going to pick Haldir. So Haldir comes into play. So now combat, I'm going to bring in the Marksman of Lorien. I need some combat out there just in case. Okay. So I'm feeling pretty good. Okay. So I have some attack, I have some questing, I can do some stuff. So, and right now there's no nothing here. So I'm going to do 1. So I raise my threat by 1 because that's what's there. I'm going to make this the current quest, and this now has 3 time counters on it. Okay. So now I'm going to quest again for 4. And I hope that I draw something, question mark, something not so horrible. And so it gives me doomed 3. Okay, doomed 3. And it says, look for an enemy and put it into the staging area. I'm going to bring this guy out. Let's take a look at him and what he does. Okay, so this guy's capture 1, and then it says, after the capture cards rescued, players may put one of them into play at no cost. Now, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to give myself a resource. That's weird. Okay, because I had 5, I played Olorian, which really isn't going to help much. Well, I could have, yeah, I think no matter what I have that 1 resource. Okay, so I had 2, 4, and I'm up against 1. This is capture 1, and this, you can't avoid the capture. It's when it gets put into play. So this is good. Okay. So that's 1. This is 3. So this is done. Okay, so I get to rescue all of these. I need to be able to do more questing. So here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this guy engages, which is wonderful. I don't have anywhere to travel. Okay, so I'm going to spend 1, and I'm going to bring in Galadriel's Handmaiden. That allows me to lower my threat by 1, but it's going to give me some questing. So, and that's what I need to do. So I take this guy undefended. I don't have a way to do anything. So it is what it is. Just hope for no shadow card. No shadow. Thranduil takes 2 damage. And now I can do 3 back. This comes into play immediately. Okay, so now I'm starting to have some attack, but I really need to worry about questing, and I really want to get through this. So do this. Ready, draw. Ready. Here's my questers. Here's my attackers. Draw. Oh, okay, I get the defendy thing. So I'm going after the stop the executioners. So I'm going to do 2, 4, 6. 6 versus 0. Okay. What do we get? Capture 1. X is the number of captured cards underneath underneath tunnels of Mount Graham. Okay. That's going to be 1. So I make 5 progress on this quest this time. It's good. So I don't have any reason to travel there right now because I don't want to put any more. I don't want to put any more threat that I have to quest over because this is going to get crazy here. Okay. Oh, I forgot to raise my threat. I have to raise my threat by 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the 1 resource and play the Greenwood Archer. That readies, but doesn't matter. Okay. So now I ready, raise my threat by 1, give myself a resource. Okay, so now this is, I have to get through this now, which I plan on it. Okay, so there's one in the staging area, and I'm going to quest for 6. 1 versus 6. No surge. So there's a prison cell. Oh, look. This during an attack comes off. I should have done that. Okay. So that gives me a capture 1. Okay, come on, find my people. Let my people go. Okay, so that's 2 in the staging area. 2, that's 4. So all of these, good, done. I get through this. So now at every turn I have, because this is in the victory display, I have to raise my threat 2 every turn, but I get all these cards back. And I don't see anything really worthwhile. Okay. So I'm going to pick the tunnels, and I'm also going to loot the dungeon. Okay, and at the end, I need to quest again, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring out another handmaiden, which lowers my threat by 1, but gives me questing. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's ready. Oh, I spent the 1 resource. Get a resource. Draw. And I get the Host of the Glathrum, which isn't a bad card normally. So now I'm going to quest for, this is going to be the current quest, so I'm going to quest for 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm questing for 8 against 1 in the staging area. Let's see, what do we get? You get an enemy. So that Goblin Torturer has capture 1, which is not a big deal. But then it says X is the number of cards in play with 1 or more captured cards underneath it. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this guy's attacking for 5. Okay, but still, that's only 3, and I quested for 8. So that's 4. I make 1 progress. I need 8 total there. So, okay, so this goes, and I get this card back. Neath Guide. Okay. Okay, I'll travel to the prison cell, and I'll look at it. I'm going to put this guy into play. Okay. And now this guy, oh, wait, let's see. So now he's only attacking for 4. Woo. That's nice. Okay. Right? 1, 2. Oh, he's only attacking for 3. Huh. Jeez. That's like nothing. Give him a shadow effect. I don't have any, like, I'm going to have to chump. But I want to chump with something in my hand. So I'm going to do Olorien. I'm going to spend 1. And I'm going to chump with I guess a Greenwood Archer. So with the Greenwood Archer comes into play, I will ready Thranduil. Now I could defend with Thranduil, but I don't have a way to get rid of shadow effects, and I don't have healing right now. So I'm in a bad way. I guess I could also defend with the Sylvan Tracker. If the Sylvan Tracker dies, like whatever, right? But then my healing is gone. I think I'm going to defend with the Sylvan Tracker. So the Sylvan Tracker is defending for 1 and has 2 hit points, or has 3 hit points. This guy's attacking for 3. There happens to be a shadow effect. It says if this attack would damage an ally, capture that ally underneath the attacking enemy instead. Okay, so this gets underneath. Okay, I'm okay with that. Okay, and now I get to kill this guy. So 3, 6 is enough to kill this guy. I get these cards back. Okay, I'm going to give myself a resource. I'm going to draw a card. I get a Faint Voices. That's actually a great card to have right now because I can do stuff. Okay. So this is my current quest. I have to quest over this. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Actually, because I want to get as much out as I can, I'm going to pick the 8th guide. I'm going to use Olurian, reduce him by 1. So I'm at 9 now. 9 versus 0. So what do we get? Okay, we get the guard. We saw the guard before. He captures a card. Okay, he's got 1. So that's 1 versus 9. So that's 8 left. I do 3 here. Get rid of this, and I do 5 on the quest. This comes out. I would love to find Galadriel and Celeborn. Okay, so this guy somehow, let's see, what do I want to do? Oh, this guy didn't exhaust a quest because of the 8th guide. Okay, so this is 2. Give this a shadow card. Okay, I'm going to defend with Thranduil. No shadow. Good. Thranduil doesn't take any damage. And now I'm going to do 3. This guy dies, and I get to put this directly into play. That doesn't really help. I mean, it helps because I get to quest, but it doesn't really help anything else. Okay, so ready. So my attacking army is here. My questing army is here. Okay. Resource, draw a card. Hey, I get the Elven King. That's yay. Okay. So I'll play the Elven King. Okay. Okay. 2, 6, 8, 10. That's the current quest. So what do we get? Okay, we get the Dungeon Guard. So same thing. Captures a card. Okay, so that's 1 against 10, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so no. So this now is explored. Okay, so we get to choose one of the boons. Oh, look, I get Galadriel. Okay, good. Here's the first boon. Now, the one thing that I'm not going to like about any of this is that you're going to have to draw it. None of these are permanent boons, but it says after Barrowland attacks and destroys an enemy, place 1 progress on a quest card in play. Chieftain's Brooch, which says each ally that shares a trait with the attached hero gets +1. That's the one that I'm really looking at. And here's another ally. It says after Koruhair defends an attack, spend 1 resource, deal 2 damage to the attacking enemy. Here's Laramin, and it says after he commits to a quest, heal 1 damage from a character. That would be good, but I do have healing in a lot of places. And this is the Mail of the Ainur. Okay. And attached to hero restricted, it gains 2 hit points. And then it says after a player's surgery, heal 1 damage. So that's healing. Here's the last one, Silverthorn. And it's a restricted, and it's a weapon. And it says while attacking or defending against an enemy, attached hero gets +1 and +1 if that enemy shares a trait with an enemy in the victory display. After attached hero attacks and destroys an enemy, add that enemy to the victory display. This is really good because it gets rid of some of those cursed dead. I'm just thinking ahead. I think I'm going to pick this weapon here. And I think the idea is that guy's it's going to go on to Celeborn. One of the things that I forgot that I was doing is I forgot that I needed to raise my threat a couple of times. This side quest goes in the victory display, and so I think that I didn't raise it 2 turns in a row. So I'm going to put my threat at 19. Okay. Now, I did get Galadriel. Now, that doesn't help me much, except right now I can exhaust her and lower my threat by 1 to draw a card. And now this guy engages. Now, I don't really have any defense here to deal with, so I could take it undefended and put it on Galadriel, or I can just jump. I may just jump. Okay, so I'm going to jump with the Greenwood Archer. It says, capture each attachment attached to the defending character underneath. Okay, well, that's good. So this guy dies. I'm okay with that. Okay, and so now I will attack and kill the guard. And so this comes into play. Oh, look at that. I get a Greenwood Archer, which doesn't matter. Okay. So I'm going to ready. Raise my threat by 3 now. 1, 2, 3. So I'm at 21. I get to draw a card, and I get the Host of the Glathram, which is good. And I get 2 here. So I'm going to play Nenya on Galadriel for 1. I'm going to play Galleon, who doesn't exhaust a quest. Don't I have a Test of Will in my hand? I do. So, okay. Nenya is coming into play because of that one. Okay. So, I don't want to quest too much because I don't want to get through that. I want to get through my... I want to find... I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more capture cards. And then I only have 4 here. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Let's just quest for 3. It says, when revealed. Let's look at this. Okay, so it says feeble and weary. It says, when revealed, each player must either deal 1 damage to each exhausted character he controls or remove each character he controls from the quest. Well, I guess I can just remove each character from the quest. Or I could cancel it, I guess. I'll spend the 1 and cancel it because I want to see if I can get my other hero out of here. So Test of Will that. Okay, and I made 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I did get Celeborn. Whew. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Raise my threat by 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Before the end of the turn, last turn, I'm going to lower my threat by 1 and draw a card. Okay, I get Island Amid Perils. And now I'm going to draw a card for the beginning of the turn. This is the thing. Look, I have like my whole deck in my hand because every time I capture, they come back to my hand. Okay, so I get a Feign Voices. Okay. What am I going to do? I'm not questing. I'm questing for 0. If I have to raise my threat, I have to raise my threat. Okay. Each player must either deal the same card. So that fizzles. I don't do anything. 0. Okay, so next round. Raise my threat by 3. Before the end of the turn, I'm going to lower my threat by 1. So I'm at 23. I'm going to use Galadriel and draw a card. Okay, I get the Elven King, which I already have in play. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to raise my threat by 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to draw a card. The Tree People. which there's no allies in this deck, so the Tree People doesn't really do anything right now. Okay, so I'm not going to... You know what? I'm going to quest with Galleon for 0. The reason I'm doing that is because then I can still add 4. If something crazy comes off, I can do that. So, okay, I just want to see if I can get these 6 cards out from under here. Anything. Here, let's see what we get. Okay. It says, interrogation. Each player discards the top card of his capture deck and raises his threat by that card's printed resource cost. If at least one player discards no cards from this effect, interrogation gains Doom 2. Okay, so I'll discard. So that's a Feigned Voices. Feigned Voices should not be in my discard. It should not be in my capture deck. Okay. So I'm gonna discard. Okay, there. Okay, good. Okie doke. So now, before the end of the turn, I'm gonna draw. Well, I get a test of will, lower my threat by 1, but then raise it by 3. So I'm at 28, and let's ready. And I get some resources. 1, 2, 3. Now my hope is that I get so many resources that I can actually do some good stuff here. Elf Friend onto Galadriel. And then I'm going to also play Silverthorn onto Celeborn and Ancestral Armor onto Thranduil. Okay, so that gives me all this, and I can cancel, and so I'm going to quest with 0. I have 4 cards here that I want to... Okay, I get another interrogation. Discards the top card of his capture deck and raises threat by that card's printed resource cost. Okay, I should have raised my threat by 3. 1, 2, 3 last turn. Okay. And so I have to do that. So this is Henemarth, raise my threat by 1. So I have 3 more cards to get through. So let's see. I'll do lower my threat by 1. I get Olorien. Doesn't do much right now. I have Olorien in play. Okay, so now I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Raise my threat by 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's a pain in the neck. Okay, I'm going to quest with Galleon for 0 again. I get another. Okay, so this fizzles. It's Captives of Gorshank. And it says each player chooses one of his allies and captures it underneath the encounter card with the highest threat. There's no threat out there. Okay, so look. 1, 2, 3. Lower my threat. Draw a card. Island Amid Perils. I'm going to have to put this into play for 2 during the combat phase. So that's with Olorien. I can exhaust Olorien. Okay. And I really just need to lower my threat, I guess. Okay. So raise my threat by 3. 1, 2, 3. I only have a couple more rounds now, so okay. Ready, resources. I'm going to take Inner Strength. I'm going to play it onto Thranduil. I know it comes as a shock. I'm also going to play the other Sylvan Tracker. This guy doesn't exhaust a quest. I used Olorien to do that. Okay. So now this guy's questing for 2. Let's see, what else can I do here? Okay, for now I'm just going to call it. Okay, so I'm questing for 2. Then I can add. So, okay, let's see what we get. Prison cell. So that's 1. I capture 1. Okay, so I quested for 2. Okay, this gets cleared. I get another copy of Legolas. Okay, so this goes up here. And let's take a look at what 3A and 3B have to offer. It says add Southern Gate and Jailer Gorshank to the staging area, shuffle Angmar Orcs encounter deck into the encounter deck, then reveal 1 encounter card per player from the top of the encounter deck. Jailer Gorshank. It says after 1 or more capture cards are rescued, he engages the player with the highest threat and makes an immediate attack. Southern Gate is here. And it says that when each orc enemy gets +2 attack, becomes the active location. Make sure your threat is 35. It says the players cannot travel to Southern Gate unless there are at least 16 progress on this stage. So this was in the staging area. He engages. I traveled to the prison cell. Okay, I can't travel here, so hopefully these 2 cards, not Rumil or something. I don't know. Okay, so I have 4 quest cards. So now I need to do something to this guy. So I will engage, and I need to defend, but I'm not even going to defend. I'm going to Feigned Voices. I'm going to bring this guy back up into my hand. This fizzles. Oh, that's a shame. That's a side quest. That's nice. I have to attack and kill this guy somehow. Let's see. Well, I'll attack for 1. 3, 6, 9, 11. That's enough. So this guy dies. I forgot to shuffle the orcs into the encounter deck here. I got a lot of orcs coming out. Okay. It's not going to matter in terms of, because I'm still going to cancel it. So the attack. Okay. So this guy is still dead. Okay. Okay. So before the end of my turn, I will lower my threat and draw a card. I get another copy of Nenya. Okay. This guy readied. This guy attacked, so he readies. So I get to heal him twice. Ready. I don't even know what I got going on here. I have so many things. Okay. So now I have to raise my threat by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 42. So resources, and now I'm going to play the host of the Galathrim. So I pull all my Sylvans back, and then I put them out one at a time. Okay, so the host of the Galathrim. Okay, so first things first. These 2 guys come out, lower my threat by 2. 1, 2, which helps. Okay, and then these 2 guys come out, and I'm going to pick Celeborn and Thranduil. Then this guy comes out, nothing. This guy comes out, nothing. These 2 guys come out, nothing, 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 nothing. Okay. I should have exhausted Galadriel, but oh well, didn't quite work. Okay, this guy's going to come out. I do have a Test of Will in my hand, so that's what I'm going to worry about. Okay, so ready? Let's do 16. 2, 5, 8, 11, 13, 15, 17, 20, 21, 23, 24, 26, 28. 28, and I haven't used Galadriel yet. And I have a Test of Will. Okay, ready? Let's see what we get. Okay, we get the either discard an ally or reveal an additional encounter card. Well, I could cancel that when revealed. So look, I'm going to cancel that when revealed. Okay, boom. Okay, so now 28 versus 5. So I made 23, 3 here. So this guy comes back into my hand. This is Rumil. Okay. And I made 20 on the current quest. So now I'm going to travel to the gate. And it says each orc enemy gets +2 attack. So this guy's +2 attack. I'm going to Island Amid Perils. I'm going to Island Amid Perils Haldir back into my hand. So I'm down to 36. This is a shadow card. I'm going to play Feigned Voices. And I'm going to bring Galleon back into my hand to cancel this attack. It's a great place to see a side quest. Okay, and now I'm going to attack for 3, 6, and kills this guy. Okay, so we ready? And now I'm gonna do this. Oh, I forgot. At the end of the turn, I'll draw a card and lower my threat. So now I have to raise my threat by 4, by 3, 1, 2. So I'm at 39. Okay, and then I'm going to draw another card, and I get a Tree People. But the Tree People again is absolutely useless because there's no allies in this deck. Okay, so there's 8 here. That's all I need to worry about is 8. I'm going to bring her out. Spend the 1. Oh, Lorien. And that lowers my threat by 1. So, 3. 5, 7. Okay, 7. Goblin Torturer. Okay. So this gets capture 1. Okay, good. I only have 1 card under there. Okay, that's 2 versus 7. So I'm going to do 5. I can still do this. So this guy's going to come down, which is what I want. I'm going to defend here. So he's attacking for 5. Thranduil's defending for 6. Shadow card gets +1, +2. So that's, this guy has 7. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to raise my threat by 1 and cancel that shadow effect. Okay, so 5. Let's see. He's 5, 7. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Take a damage. Okay, and then I'm going to attack this guy and try to kill it. 6. This guy dies. Oh, actually, yeah. I get this. Orphan. Good. Well, I don't know what this is, but whatever it is, I don't know if I need it. Okay, well, I'm ready. Before the end of my turn, I'm going to lower my threat by 1. And draw a card. I get a Steward of Gondor. Now I get it. Okay, and now ready, end of my turn, I will raise my threat by 4. 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 41 threat. Now I draw another card. I get a quicker insight, cancel a shadow effect. Okay, so now I guess it's just quest here. Oh, resources. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to bring determination out. Well, here, this is an event, so I have to. Okay, so I'm going to quest for 2, 4, 6, 4. Okay, so I quested for 4. I capture 2, so now that's fine. Okay. And there's going to be something under here. It's a location, so I won't be able to rescue that one card. Oh well. So there's 3. I quested for 4. I'll add 4 to the quest, and that gets us through this, and we made it through the scenario. Okay, so I guess we have to see what quest resolutions. Okay, so the quest resolution is each player must make note of which unique cards are still left in their capture deck and not in play at the end of the game. Those cards cannot be included in the player's desk for the rest of the campaign. So the one card, it's not in my capture deck, so, and it's not unique. It was another minstrel, so that's good. So I don't have any penalty because of this. So great. I ended up with a boon. I found Silverthorn in the dungeons of Mount Graham, and looks like everybody's pretty happy here. The only thing I couldn't do was I couldn't attach determination to somebody because I just forgot about it. So that is a shame. So now I could have had it more determined, but oh well. Okay, well, that's the end of the scenario, Escape from Mount Graham. Have a great day, everybody.